Hello everyone and welcome again to Quillsoft Presents in ThoughtQ. Today we're going to take a look at using ThoughtQ in ThoughtQ. You'll notice the little purple asterisk that sits beside the word topic. This represents what we call dynamic topic lists. And basically what dynamic topic lists provide for you as a user and for teachers to understand is that it provides connections to words that may be connected to a topic that either students may know of the connection and validate their information that they know, or introduce new information to them as to how two words might be connected. So now they have something original to be able to write about. So the very first thing we do is we set up our learning environment for success. We know that ThoughtQ integrates dynamic topics to help students research and write about a topic, but one of the key pieces is setting up the environment so a student would be able to see everything that they are working on. So what I like to do is I like to move my word processor over, move my word queue over just a little bit so that I've got an opportunity to have all of the tools that I require opened in front of me. When I click on the purple asterisk, you'll notice that the topic list window now shows up, as well as my word box because I have it turned on. As well, my speech is turned on in ThoughtQ, so I'm ready to go. Let's see what the next piece tells us. We'll highlight this text and let's have ThoughtQ read it to us.
Use the prediction box to help you pick a topic.
Okay, so the topic I would like is probably going to be, and let's see if the word prediction box will help me here. I want to spell fossils.
Fossils,
So
and
I know it's spelled correctly, so I can go back up to the top now and I can actually type it in. And if I want to be able to get myself ahead for the next section, I can click the little check mark that's here. So as you can see, there are 75 words that have been provided to me that deal with fossils. If I look at some of those words, it's very easy for me to see some that I recognize, but it's just equally easy for me to see ones that I might not recognize. Here begins the process of learning something new. So what is my instruction here? Up here in the tip window, if I highlight and read,
find the academic level and number of words best for you.
All right, so how do I do that? Well, I use the black arrow down below. So I'm just going to close my word box for now because I don't need it. And now you can notice that at the bottom, I've got two levels. I've got this leveler, which is pointing to the 75. But if I'm working at a lower level, I might need less words to be able to make sure that I'm not overwhelmed by those words that are provided. So I can move this all the way down to 25 and you'll see how those words change. If I want to extend the window down to the bottom so I can see more, I can do that as well. They're all alphabetical order, but you'll notice as I go from 25 to 200, now those words begin to be, there are a few more for me to look at. Now, leveling those words is the next one below. You'll notice that as I hover over the graduation cap, it says academic level number 3. Well, I can move to academic level number 5, which now these words become very high level, or I can move down to academic level number 1 at 200, and these words are quite simple. So I'm going to stay at the middle at 75 and a mid-academic level of 3 to be able to then set the stage for my success. As I mentioned earlier, the very first thing students will do is begin to recognize some of the words in this box that they are familiar with. So our tip number 3 states that you should click on words in the dynamic topic list to hear them. Remember, accessibility first with Quillsoft. Everything we do is about accessibility and giving people who struggle with writing an opportunity to not only read or access text that's on the page, but also get the assistance to begin writing. So when I click on some of these, if I don't know what that says, I can just click
abundance.
And as soon as I click, I can hear that word. So now I know.
Aquatic.
Excellent. So my task is, from the dynamic topic list, list and find connected words that you are familiar with. So let's type some of those words out here. And I can use my word box to help me now. I'll actually move it over. Okay, so let's take a look. Well, we know what aquatic is. So it deals with water, which means sometimes you're going to be able to find fossils in water. Now, take a look at my prediction box on this side. You'll notice that aquatic is purple. Where have we seen purple before? Up here as our asterisk. So what's happening now is my ThoughtQ prediction box is being affected by the words that are on the left-hand side. Whatever topic I am in and the words that are connected to that topic are now given priority in the prediction list, and they will show up as purple so that I know that the words I'm getting are the words that I actually need. So there's one. Let's see if we can
Aquatic.
find another one. Aquatic and extinct. There's another one. I know that some of the things I'm seeing are extinct. So let's see.
Extinct.
There it is.
So
we've got a few words that we recognize, and I'm going to write a sentence to help me be able to show and demonstrate what it is that I know. So
I find water in.
Oh, let's change that because I don't find water, but I find fossils
in.
Aquatic. And the other word I want to use is environments, and there it is.
Environments.
I hit my punctuation.
I find fossils in aquatic environments.
So I have an opportunity now to show what I know from those words that are on the left. That's not the difficulty for most students. The difficulty for most students is writing on a white screen that cannot be filled because they don't bring enough information to the screen, and they get stuck and get writer's block, and that's why we have some students that have difficulty writing. The next section talks about those unfamiliar words that we heard earlier. So let's hear our tip number 4.
Click on words in the dynamic topic list to listen to them.
This time we're going to try and find words that we don't know. And so in this case, let's make sure that we are ready to go here. So let's look at the list and see if there's some words that we're not familiar with. So there's one in here called, let's see, let's just pick Devonian. That's interesting.
Devonian.
So I don't know what Devonian is, so I'm going to type out Devonian, and there it is.
Devonian.
Okay.
Devonian.
It's another one that I don't know. We can go down below. What's an invertebrate? That's an interesting one.
Invertebrate.
I can hear it. I now turn my prediction box on, and it should come up purple. And there it is.
Invertebrate. Invertebrate.
And the last one I want is I'm going to go up to the top here, and I'm going to take a look at this one.
Calcite.
Calcite. So I know that's a mineral,
Invertebrate.
but I'm not sure what it has to do with fossils.
Calcite.
And now that we've found some words that are unfamiliar, now we need to go and be able to find some of the things that make it more familiar for us. So let's see if we can find some definitions. So now that we've taken a look at some of the words that we do not know the connection to our topic, we can set up the learning for more success here. And one is being able to find words and definitions for those words. So we're going to set up our environment again for success. And you'll see what I've done now is I'm raising the shade to be able to see if I can find some definitions. Now, what I will need is I will need my Google to be able to assist me here. So watch as I set up the screen for success, because once a student does this first and one time, then they're pretty much ready to go. Okay, just going to close that for a moment. Again, watch how I set up the screen. I can see my Word box up top, or my Word document, sorry. I can see Google down below, and I can see my list on the left-hand side. So I am ready now. I'm just going to turn my Word box off for a moment so that you can see what I'm about to do. So this is all being done up until the point that I just got to. Everything was done offline. So all of these words will come up regardless of whether you're connected or not. Once you need to start finding definitions and other things that ThoughtQ can do, which we will show you soon, and you are connected to the internet for those things, then we need to be able to set up the environment for success there. So I want to find the definition for calcite. So I hear it.
Calcite.
There you go. So that's the word I want. I now need to find a definition. So right below the check mark, there is a define button. When I click it, you'll notice that Google sets me up in a very safe search situation. So again, I want to be able to see a lot of what's here. And just so you're aware, you'll see this pop up as safe search very soon. When I go into calcite, you'll notice the bottom. If I want to raise my shade a little bit to be able to see more of this, I can. But at this stage, I can then go in and highlight this text. Okay, so highlight the text I want to read. and I can click Read from WordQ.
A white or colorless mineral consisting of calcium carbonate.
It's a great definition. Now all of a sudden I know why this mineral is connected to fossils, right? If I read the next section, it gives me a little bit more understanding.
It is a major constituent of sedimentary rocks such as limestone, marble, and chalk, can occur in crystalline form as in Iceland's spar, and may be deposited in caves to form stalactites and stalagmites.
So I get the opportunity to do that. For our ESL students, you actually can get a translation. So if you change it to the language that's their first language, then they'll see what it means in their own language and then be able to make sense of it in English. So I've got the definition that I'm looking for. I'm going to take the first part of it because I'm allowed to take definitions from websites, copy it, and then come on up here and paste it. Okay, if I want to make it bigger, I can. But now I'm able to find definitions in a safe environment. So I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger so that we can move down to the next section. The next bit is that although I know the definition of said word that's coming from the left-hand side, I need to know how it's connected to my topic word. So now I need to actually use ThoughtQ.
Helps you find something new about your topic and connected word through safe search.
So my instruction is, after using the read function, copy and paste your new knowledge here, because that's what most students will do. So let's go and do that. I'll raise this shade for now, and I'll lower that one, and raise this one. So now that we get here, I've got calcite. And the next button over is to search. So if I click on search, you'll notice on the right-hand side that I am now in a completely safe search environment. I'm only going to be getting articles that actually make sense. And to make sure that this is an article that I might want to read more about, I can highlight the text and read it.
Back to Rocks and Minerals articles. Kelly Snyder and Peter Russell. Calcite. A. The calcite in the limestone changes and fossils and layering in the original.
So it's about fossils, it's about what's in those fossils. So let me click on that article. And this is what most students will do. Okay, we'll accept cookies there. We'll move down and we'll look at the very first section to learn something new. Okay, and we'll read that.
A mineral consisting largely of calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Next to quartz. It is the most abundant of the Earth's minerals.
That's a great point. So most students will come in and use their two favorite keys. Copy, and they'll lower. Again, be able to see more. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to paste. All right, now, if I was taught properly, which most students are, they'll probably come up here, take the URL, and add that, to give themselves an opportunity to be protected. They can now take that information and move it into their own words so that when they hand it in, the teacher will recognize that the student actually understands what it is that they're writing about. That's a quick glimpse of how ThoughtQ works to be able to provide students with accessibility through researching techniques where you're able to find words that you know are connected to a topic to validate your learning, but also find words that you're not familiar with that are connected to your topic so that you can actually bring in some new learning to your writing. So, as always, we give you an overview. Remember to use WordQ's accessibility functions such as word prediction, speech feedback, speech to text, and WordQ help guide. Remember, the speech to text is only on a PC, and we'll do more in another video later. Use these tools to show what you really know.